Welcome to the weekly planning meeting instructions and best practices. Now let's talk about the application of the mutual decision process to next week's shared family calendar entries. We have learned the mutual decision process and we have practiced it. Now it is time to apply the mutual decision process to next week's shared family calendar entries. Here are the steps to apply the mutual decision process. Step 1. Each spouse shall examine next week's shared family calendar entries. Step 2. Each spouse shall circle any of next week's shared family calendar entries that he or she is not in enthusiastic agreement with and wishes to process. Step 3. Each spouse shall conduct an individual analysis on each of next week's shared family calendar entries that they have circled and wish to process. Step 4. Then the spouses shall come together and conduct a joint analysis of as many of next week's entries circled to be processed as time allows. Step 5. After reaching enthusiastic agreement on all of next week's entries, they shall be entered into their proper slots on next week's shared family calendar. Best practices for conducting a weekly planning meeting: prayer. Before you begin, pray that God will give you grace to have a surrendered heart in the way you seek to love and serve one another. Atmosphere and attitude. Husbands, as servant leaders, you should compile an agenda and conduct a weekly 60-minute meeting with your wife. Meet weekly on Sunday afternoon or evening. Meet as just the two of you, husband and wife only. Minimize distractions and interruptions. The best place to do a meeting is a comfortable, quiet spot in your home. Schedule a time when you will not be interrupted by children, calls or text messages. Turn off the TV and your phones if you can. If you need your phone for scheduling, exercise self-control in not looking at distracting apps. Sit together, avoid sitting across a table from each other. Sit side by side, instead as partners rather than competitors. Jot down notes during the week. Jot down notes in the days leading up to the meeting on things you'd like to talk about. Bring your organizational devices, notebooks, or apps to the meeting, including your shared online calendar. Keep the meeting to 1.5 hours. Cultivate a positive atmosphere. Each spouse is responsible for coming to the meeting in a good mood and with an upbeat, patient, positive attitude. Each spouse should try to use a supportive tone throughout the meeting and abstain from any griping or criticism. Allow both spouses to feel ownership in the meeting. Appreciation. Each weekly planning meeting starts with husband and wife exchanging things that they appreciate about each other. One thing that you specifically liked or admired about your spouse during the past week. Plan ahead. While one spouse speaks, the other listens. Be specific. Keep it 100% positive. Touch on physical characteristics, behaviors, and character traits, big or small. Apply the mutual decision process. For every decision, use the mutual decision process with enthusiastic agreement. Process the unprocessed joint decisions on next week's shared family calendar entries, including the 2 fun nights, the 7 targeted parenting sessions, the 7 breakfast sessions, individual responsibilities for purchase, preparation, clearing, cleaning, devotional. Be sure to involve kids. The 7 dinner sessions, individual responsibilities for purchase, preparation, clearing, cleaning, devotional. Be sure to involve kids. If adjustments are made to the standard priority schedule, be sure that the priority hours for the 3 love relationships are included somewhere. Decide and enter on the shared family calendar entries for the following 2 weeks and any upcoming week's events, activities that you feel must be decided upon now. Agree upon joint duties around the house and yard, caring for children, clothes, food and meals, church activities and sleep. Determine the chores that need to be completed from week to week who will do each chore, and when those chores will be done. Agree upon individual duties, including work, childcare, taxes, accounting, and any miscellaneous tasks. Agree upon third-party activities such as spending time with friends, in-laws, work commitments, and holidays. Review and monitor your finances, spending habits, and budget. Bring up and resolve any unresolved conflicts. These could be about money, sex, in-laws, parenting, changing schedules, or something else entirely. Agree upon any larger projects that need to be started or completed and who is responsible for each step. Decide on things that need to be repaired, whether one of you will handle it or if someone needs to be hired to complete the project. Also, agree upon maintenance projects that need to be completed outside the house, like landscaping tasks or vehicle maintenance. Agree upon shopping list updates, including groceries, personal care items, and household items that need to be purchased on the next shopping trip. Discuss and agree upon upcoming activities and appointments for you, your spouse, or your kids. Decide on events and activities the kids may be involved in, such as sports events and practices, school activities, and weekly lessons. Also, agree upon work functions that require attendance outside business hours.